Man, for me, the worst thing that could happen is to become a drug addict. So
Mm-hmm.
it's all uphill from here. I mean, when I entered in recovery, they said we're going to love you until you love yourself, and they meant it.
Mm.
And they invested in me in a way that nobody. I never learned what unconditional love really was.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew what that was until I walked into my 12-step program, and I met a bunch of people that were like me that had faced similar challenges, and they opened up their homes to me. I still remember my first sponsor. I had like a year clean, and I was moving, and he had like
Mm-hmm.
this $50,000 truck, and I needed to move a bunch of stuff. And I remember telling him like, "Hey man, I wasn't able to book a moving van," and he just threw me the keys to his truck. And I was like, "You do realize that the odds are that this truck never comes back, right?" Like that's what the most likely outcome that you could expect out of this situation. And he just looked at me and said, "No, man, I trust you." He trusted me before I trusted myself. I didn't trust myself with those keys, but he did. And you know what? Those keys came back to him when it would have been in my nature to not do that. And that was, I still remember, one of my really good friends in early recovery. His name was Kenny, and he and I hated each. We were like oil and water the first like 90 days. You know, here I
Mm-hmm.
was a kid that came out of like a middle upper class upbringing and all that kind of stuff, which I hate saying. And then he's a guy that spent most of his life in San Quentin, and we were like oil and water, and then we became like really good friends.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because one of the things you learn in recovery is don't focus on your differences, focus on your similarities. And if it's one thing that doesn't discriminate, it's the disease of active addiction. And so to be able to like connect with those people and be known by those people, and to see my sponsor up his home to me, to Kenny, to all these other people, and at the same time, the reason that sponsors are the best leaders in the world is they never pretend that they have more strength than you.
Mm.
They never say, "I have it all figured out." They use failings and weaknesses to help educate you. They don't say,
Mm-hmm.
"I've got it all figured out." They say, "Man, this is what I'm walking through. I'm totally screwed up." Like, what CEO does that? What politician? When was the last time you heard a politician answer a question with, "I don't know"? I mean, the best you can hope
Never.
for, no, the best you can hope for from a leader is they'll say, "I struggled once." But to me, a truly great leader is, "I'm in the middle of the crap right now. I have no idea how the story ends, but walk with me and see what I do."
Mm-hmm.
Like that is real leadership, and it requires a level of humility that most of this world's leaders don't have.